Hey everybody, I am back for another video review, and this time we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Ninja Storm Megazord set. Or, and I'm going to totally butcher the names here, and I do apologise, from Hurricaneger Senpuujin. So we have three individual Zords here. We've got Hawk, Dolphin and Lion, Hurricane Hawk, again Hurricane Dolphin and Hurricane Lion. Very disproportionate sizes. We've got a very small Hawk, medium-sized, shall we say normal-sized, deluxe-sized Dolphin, and we've got this massive Lion, which is pretty much the whole entire figure. But anyway, there is a lot of difference between this set and the Japanese set, and that is just down to die-cast metal and paint. The Japanese set features a lot of die-cast metal. Pretty much a lot of it is pretty much all metal. This set doesn't feature any die-cast metal as such. Not even in Lion, I do believe. No, I don't think there is actually any. But other than that, other than the big die-cast metal thing, the only other real difference is, of course, paint. So Hurricane Hawk here is missing the white and the gold. Of course, that would be die-cast metal, and this would all be shiny paint, essentially. So a little bit of difference. Is that massive of a difference a knockback to this set? Not really, because the Japanese set had, because there was a lot of die-cast metal in the figure, had a lot of problems, especially with clips and the clips, the transformational clips in the legs, which I'll show you when I get to the actual combination. But there are some good ones out there. If you can find it for a good price, then fair play to you. But this set works just as well, and you're less likely to get any problems with actually having clips broken and so on and so forth. But there are one or two of these out there that do have the same clip issues, just because they've been handled too roughly or just been knocked about too much. But anyway, looking at the individual figures, Hurricane Hawk is this little tiny hawk. You can see where all the paint would be, all the detailing of where all the white would be. There's the little symbol there, eyes, and there is the bottom there. Dolphin is riding this little tiny set of wheels. It's basically like a surfboard type thing, but you can detach that. Now these clips that peg onto these do actually fold away, so you don't actually have to use this whatsoever. So that's about as much use as you get out of it. So we're going to put that to the side, and we're not going to look at that again. And tail can move up and down, and that is about it for Dolphin. And of course Lion is the biggest of them all, and he's got this tail. Now this tail is basically a ripcord which you can pull out, and there's a little tiny slot right in there which you basically feed through this little cord, and you basically pull the cord and his mane spins for his hurricane attack. So that is it for these guys. Let's get on with the combination. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to move these two off to the side quickly. The main bit of the whole combination is going to be mainly around this guy. So we're going to start with this guy first. We're going to, of course, take the ripcord tail out and leave that off to the side. We don't really need it again. And then we're going to pull his head off, like that, and pop that off to the side. We're then going to take these legs and fold them up and clip them into place. Take his back feet and fold them up and around. And then twist him that way. And you can see there's these two red pieces here. Now these are clips to release the legs. These are release mechanisms for the clips to pull down the legs or to lock the legs. And these often end up being the thing that get broken. On the Japanese version it was more of a problem. On this version, because it's mainly plastic, it's rarer on this kind of set than it is the Japanese set, but you do have an issue sometimes where people have pulled the joint rather than actually use the buttons to release the joint from the actual position. So when you're transforming it, make sure you use the buttons, otherwise you're going to break the clips, and for future combinations you don't really want to break the clips. So move it up. Now you want to untab the line arms from the side and then rotate them back. And there is pretty much the body. All we have to do now is just take Lion's head, fold out this fist, and we attach him to this side. And that's pretty much nearly his main whole body done. All we're missing now is Dolphin. And basically we want to pull back this port here to reveal the connector joint, and fold out the hand, and then just pull this little piece down and bend the arm, and then that bit just attaches on that port. Then we take Hawk, fold the head forward, fold this bit back, and then collapse the wings together, and then fold this little piece round to reveal the head. And then these two pegs here go in these two back holes here. Basically these two pegs go into these two holes here. These two pegs are used for the other combinations later on. So we tab these pegs in, and there we have the Ninja Storm Megazord, or Senpuujin. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the name. Now for articulation, he doesn't really have much. Arms move. You do get this wheel arm still. You can still use the gimmick in the lion head, so you can still do that if you so wanted to. And no leg articulation, no head articulation. All you've got is arms, and that's about it. He does have some finger movement as well, but that's really just to hold his accessories. Now, the theme for this line was really the and again I'm going to butcher the name, is Karikuri balls, or power spheres in Power Rangers, or power balls like the lottery. And basically they would have these balls housed in their chest, and then they would house all different kinds of weapons and so on and so forth. This one comes with one. It comes with number 1, so there is a little tiny button at the back here, very tiny little button at the back here, which you can use to push the ball forward for it to be revealed. And of course we have ball number 1. Now this bit kind of flops down, but you have to use these clips on the side to kind of tab it into place, and that holds it into position. So, opening the ball, we have his sword. Now, it's called a serpent sword in the show, however it has wings. So it's kind of the cross between a serpent and a hawk, which I've never seen a cross between a serpent and a hawk before. And it really does... It's not a good weapon. For a Megazord it's not a good weapon, but there are some greater ones down the line that I might get a chance to show you. But there is him holding his sword. I don't mind the sword. However, because of the whole transformational thing out of these balls, you end up with some of these weapons not looking quite right, and for this sword in particular, it is a little bit bendy. It is like that in the show, but I mean, when you've got this bit on display, eventually age is just gonna get the better of it. So yeah, it's not a bad little weapon. It's basically detailed after Hurricane Hawk. I don't know what this serpent thing is about, but that's pretty much the serpent's head. And of course you've got wings. You've got the little tiny feet there as well. But to me it looks like a hawk as such. So there we are. So that is it for the Ninja Storm Megazord / Senpuujin. He's a really good Megazord. He's really good on display, and if you can pick him up for a good price on eBay, then he's definitely worth the purchase. It's got a great little tiny gimmick as such, great little collector gimmick going on. So if you want to collect all of the power spheres, then you can do. There's like, I think it goes up to like 11 or 12. So there's like another. I forget how many numbers there are, but there's at least about 16. I could be wrong of these balls, but anyway, really good figure. I highly recommend it. If you want the Japanese version, then fair play to you, but this is definitely a good version, and you're not going to get the problems with the clips so much, unlike the Japanese version. But if you're wanting that die-cast metal and you're wanting the shinier look and all the paint, then go get the Japanese version. But for those of you who don't mind a bit of paint missing or the die-cast metal, this is definitely worth it. So anyway, that's it for this review, and I will see you guys later.